And you're right, probably. I mean, how many people do you know that you run into on a daily basis? Probably have every episode. No, the 150 episodes of You Can't Do That on Television save right to their GDHD. Right in the middle of their GDHD.
Their what?
The GDHD.
What's that?
Goddamn hard drive.
Oh.
OHD! Magic of Onet. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Isn't this crazy?
It's a little nuts.
It's a little nuts. We done gone into 20 Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century.
Well, you said you were doing this, so I thought I'd dress up kind of special.
I appreciate it because I mean this is dude.
Served at least half of a tux.
This is we appreciate everybody jumping on with us on this journey here. I've kind of got me and Jay did a test stream last Saturday night.
There was some serious testing.
Kind of got the ins and outs, the what have yous kind of ironed out.
I was downstream looking at it.
Took us a while to kind of dial it in. And then today, even making that, we're still doing the music on Ustream because YouTube would have a shit fit if we did that here.
Big time. So
we had that transition period, which is kind of weird going from Ustream to YouTube. And it took us an extra couple minutes this time, kind of figure out what the hell's going on, and do it right. But next time we'll have better. And if you notice, we don't have an intro tonight. It's in the wrong file format. I got to switch that guy over. Figured that out earlier tonight.
Running the intro?
We didn't do the intro. It's the wrong format. So we'll do that next time. No big deal. Did figure out. I thought I was going to have to go
fix it in post.
Raw dog without commercials, but we're gonna fix that too. I got some commercials here that we'll try to run. They may run all kind of
we'll see what happens.
Funked up, but
it's kind of like a beta run.
This is a beta run. It's kind of a seat of the pants Lance type situation.
It was a hot beta run.
Yeah. And so. But we're gonna give it a damn shot and see what the hell happens, and we hope everybody enjoys it.
Shout out to Bossman and Kimmy, they're in town.
They are, and getting ready to move out for goods.
Would have had him, but I think he had to get up at like 4:30 to leave Albany on like a 6:30 a.m. flight. I didn't know planes even flew that early.
Albany, who?
Exactly.
Albany.
Exactly. So he couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah.
But we did play a little music for him.
We did. We had a special request to come in, and we, of course, we obliged there. And I hope everybody's having a great weekend. We had a big story around this way. Old Billy Graham passed this week.
You may have heard.
And boy,
that's like backyard material right here.
They've been working me. Woo, I mean, like I owed money.
If this is the Bible Belt. This is the Bible Belt. We're right here.
We're in the butt buckle.
And the excrement, we're right there.
Yeah.
So we're really close. We're right in the middle of it.
The butt buckle.
Yeah.
We're also in the stroke belt. Unrelated note. But what y'all think I was looking in HD?
My cummerbund is falling.
Inappropriate.
I had this tux. Of course, the jacket doesn't fit me. But I had this tux when I was in Savannah.
You're with a big African hat.
What?
But
I had this tux because I sang in symphony chorale, and it didn't make any sense to rent tuxes.
Symphony chorale?
Chorale.
What's that for?
You sing. It's a choir that sings with a symphony.
Oh, that means a chorale?
It's a choral group. It's a chorale. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And I sang with Salem Symphony Chorale. And we would sing, Mozart's Requiem and Beethoven's.
That's what we played at my funeral.
Stuff like that.
The Requiem we played at my funeral.
Yes.
Those lips matching up, Jay?
But it made sense to own a tux, so I bought a tux.
Oh yeah.
So, but I thought this was such a special night, and Jay said, "Hey, I think I'll rent a tux." I'm like, "Well, that's cool because I can at least wear the one I wore."
I've only worn a tux at
25 years.
2 proms. That's it.
But Jay dressed up.
Jay, drop your head into the shot.
Show your tux. Suck on it! Suck on it!
So we've been having a big old time here. First inaugural H Diesel thing. I got a little chat going.
And we didn't think you were going to do
Fever's super tough to hear.
You've even
turn 2 up, Jay.
What's that?
It says fever's tough to hear.
We turned it down.
I know.
Turn it up like 1 or 2 notches.
Oh, somebody wants us to show the white Strat there. That's actually my first guitar. It's a Squire, a Korean Squire that I got when I was in high school.
In honor of the Olympics.
My very first Strat, man.
Well, your strings are rusted to hell.
I got it.
Show that up, Jay.
I got that because I was a big Hendrix guy in high school.
We can get your frame of reference with this. So,
and
you just want to show the body of it right now? Let me see if I can frame you up. A little further down.
Down.
A little further down.
Right there.
There's the middle.
Yeah.
Of the.
I bought it in probably 93, 94. So yeah, it always kind of sticks to me.
It's almost in tune.
Somebody said, "How does the show look for?" Hey, old Boss Man's on here. Whoa, look at there. Somebody wanted to know how the show looked from the other side. It looks great. We got a better view here than we ever had, a much better window. So everything's great, man. It's a good time.
Life is great.
Life is great.
Life in general.
I'm sure something will screw up before it's over with, but that's all right. That's how we do, man. I didn't bring up my damn my resume here.
So you're going to be able to do some cool things with this program.
We're going to be This program is pretty cool. I've not had a chance to upscale the graphics. I've got a few basic graphics to get us through a program on here, but we need some new like 1080p, 1920 by 1080 graphics. Even though we're streaming at 720. Anyway, long story. But we need some new graphics. We need some other things. I'm gonna build some transitions and get used to how we bring in pictures and movies and shit like that. But we're slowly fingering it out, and we'll keep fingering until we finger it all the way out.
Finger it out.
I do need to go to my damn.
We're watching Godzilla versus Mothra.
That's up there for me in terms of Godzilla
Earlier
movies.
you were watching a Dimebag thing.
Yeah, Dimebag Daryl video.
DVD that belonged to my son.
Yeah, you brought it over
at the
here.
house, so
it's
I brought
great.
it over.
We had it with no music on. I mean, with the sound down, but there's a lot of like behind the scenes and shit. I'm gonna check that out probably this weekend.
Almost like Jackass kind of stuff, doing stupid.
Yeah,
stuff,
just Pantera and Damage Plan, just being idiots, which is one of the reasons I love Pantera so much, because they were a heavy band that didn't get too serious about stuff. Except for Anselmo. I mean, he's always serious about everything because he's a drug addict. But anyway,
so I suggested we should do a shot for the show.
We should
before we get into
an inaugural.
Or do you want to get into it and then do a shot for the show? Your option.
Well,
I'm pitching it to you.
What do you think?
I think we should do a shot and then.
Okay. Well, you work on some shots. I'll continue with news of the day.
All right.
We love, and it was a dig of the week last week, Ornette Coleman, right?
Hey Jay, can you give me that bottle?
In the freezer, right?
Yes, sir. It's a vodka bottle.
You know how much we love Ornette Coleman on the program.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Talked about it last week. I got a new Ornette Coleman record.
And you got an album we played earlier, so that was.
That's the one.
We'll talk about it.
The second
blew my mind.
Well, here's a thing, a little piece of news coming out. There's going to be an Ornette Coleman's Most Important Recording Set 10 LP box set reissue. Who in the hell knows how much this is going to cost? But let me give you a little. It's going to include The Shape of Jazz to Come, This Is Our Music, which is the one I got, and Free Jazz, a collective improvisation. 6 of Ornette Coleman's seminal albums are set to be reissued in a new 10 LP box set. It's called Ornette Coleman, The Atlantic Years. Rhino is going to be doing it. It's going to be coming out this May. Rhino does some pretty decent reissues, so that should be interesting to check out. I'm sure it'll cost a fuck ton of money, but if you're a big Ornette, Rhinos are not terrible, but a 10 LP though, I mean, that just by the nature of that's got to be cost a little bit, of course. So cheap bastards like me will probably sit on it forever, but still. Pretty cool that it's coming out.
I did want to mention that.
Sure, mention it on, Steve.
Black Moth Super Rainbow has an album coming out. They're taking pre-orders.
Really, a new Black Moth?
May 4th on Rad Cult, and actually you can get a download of their first single on somewhere.
Wow.
Go search for it.
You know how much we also talk about Goblin on the show quite a bit. Let's see how quick I can do this on the fly.
Okay. Do it.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, I can mention that
No. Okay. Hang on.
Lori Anderson.
Yeah, I'm in black. I know everybody. I'm in black.
Are we in audio up?
No, audio should be
Well,
up.
then fuck it. Laurie Anderson and Kronos Quartet did an album, their first album together called Landfall,
Yeah.
and it's Washington Post said it's really good.
Okay.
I saw. Did you go with us to see Laurie Anderson?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Salem,
definitely.
Or
Yeah.
in Salem College.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was great. It was awesome.
Okay. I'm still trying to
Apparently
figure this out.
inspired. Landfall is inspired by her experience of Hurricane Sandy. So there you go.
Okay. Well, check it out. Here I am. I'm doing this live,
What
I
is
guess.
that? Live editing. Look at that.
Live editing. Check this out. That looks pretty good.
Frame it up, bitch.
Isn't that pretty cool? Look at this here.
What's that?
This is Dawn of the Dead.
I see that.
Yeah. Look at that vinyl.
They just released that.
Goblin.
Goblin.
Italian synth maestros cult
Did they do the
score
original?
live again. The soundtrack to George Romero's 78 zombie flick Dawn of the Dead, set to be released on vinyl. I think it's the first time. Yeah, first time it's been released on vinyl. Oh, no. While versions of the soundtrack have been released on vinyl, first in the later 70s and then in the later 10 years later, Waxwork here present the complete Goblin score for the first time, featuring a series of bonus tracks from Argento's extensive international cut of the film. Whoa, that's going to be cool. That's cool. You see how I edited that all quick, though? Now I'm going to go back to this just cam. All right, right back.
And everybody's
There
all
we
they can
are.
see, all they can look at are my legs.
There we are.
I probably shouldn't have wore the shorts.
I thought you'd already learned that.
But well, the pants for these tux aren't comfortable.
Well, I bet they're not. I bet they're not.
What, 25 years later? No, it was a cheap tux.
Hey, Jay, you should get on that chat, Jay. Holler at these motherfuckers on the chat.
Let's do a shot.
we do a
for
shot?
The show.
I try to keep up with it, man, but I'm slack on it. The people
Jay, you
talking
do what
away.
you need to do.
Tell them all right. Hey, everybody! Thanks for joining us for our very first show. We appreciate the shit hell out of
We
you.
hope you have a shot in your hand
And
as
this is
well.
the first HD shot we've ever
Just
had.
Watch it on YouTube. Pause the shot.
HD shot, and I'll pose you guys a question after the shot. Oh, honey, hush.
Tastes like elderberry.
So one of the cool things about doing this stream live on YouTube now is that when you start streaming on YouTube, it's going to automatically preserve the recording. So when we get done with the show and I say stop, this will process for a little while and then this stream will be up. So essentially Grown Man Record Night will be just immediately uploaded to YouTube, especially for our folks across the pond. The time zones are all different and whack and stuff. It'll be instantly done. You don't have to wait for us to wake up after a hangover to put it online.
Right.
But that is kind of limited to the how good our stream is here. So if for some reason we have like a little wonky internet thing and the stream may drop to 480 for a few minutes and then bump back up to 720 or whatever, that'll be reflected on that recording, of course. Now here's the thing, with this program that I'm using to run the show, OBS, it's free software, you guys may know it from the Twitch universe. This automatically records, maybe 1080 actually, to the hard drive. Lickety split. So when we hit stop, not only is it up on YouTube, but I've got a physical copy on the hard drive. So technically the question is this. Would you guys be more inclined to watch, or would be cooler with, I can go in after this show is live and done, kick it out and upload the real beefy high res video version, and that way you can comment on that on YouTube, because I don't think these comments from the chat room, these aren't going to show up on the video when it's uploaded. I don't think. So I don't know.
We'll wait for your answer right now.
But you know what's interesting? you know what's interesting? I pulled the stream up on my phone,
Oh, we're getting.
Yeah.
and for the
Oh yeah, Bossman's asking about the gift.
well,
Did Steve give bananas? Oh yeah. So
gotta
we haven't
show
done it
that.
yet. I just did a shot, so why not? Now's the perfect time.
Yeah.
He found it, unfortunately, before I showed it to you. But Bossman and Kimmy want to offer to the show and to you for all your hard work.
Dude.
This I wouldn't call it an action figure, but it's called Chupacabras, and he said it was like one of those not Secret Santa, but like a white elephant gift that got passed around. And somehow they ended
We
up
called it
with
to swap it.
swap it. They ended up with this for a long, long time.
Dude.
And I don't think it could end up in a better place. Now, he got real nervous when I opened it up and put batteries in it, but I felt like we had to at least know what it did.
Yeah, I thought about it. It's like we should keep it sealed.
When you find out what it does, you will be amazed.
Oh my God, this is extra right now.
So my mic, probably right. It'll pick it up. Don't worry. So what are we looking at? Is it in this frame?
Yeah. Bring it down a little bit, just a touch down. No, not that far. Too aggressive. That is absolutely terrifying. I mean, that is just something else.
It looks like it's supposed to walk and turn around. Look at that.
Oh my God. Dude, I tell you. That could just.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
but that's perfect, man. It's like a cross between Godzilla and Ultraman.
Well, if you don't want any kids to come to your house on Halloween, just put that out in the front and play it.
I'm gonna let it scream into the end of my door so I go sterile.
That should be your ringtone on your phone.
Yeah. Actually, I have Godzilla as a roar on my phone.
That would drive everyone insane.
Except
Wow.
it's too jarring.
So are you going to leave it in the box? Or you want?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Gotta leave it in the box and put it
Whatever,
up. That's
whatever.
awesome. Bossman and Kimmy,
You gotta
thank
live,
you.
man. You gotta
Thank
live.
you. You gotta live, but I think the box is cool too. That's a great piece of box work right there.
They did.
Did you give me a
They
Miller
did
Lite,
give
I guess?
good box.
I bet that boxman knew what he was doing there.
I tell you what, man. Man, okay, what
Just
the hell?
remember, there's 3 double A's in here. They'll rust if you leave them in there.
Yeah,
You're out of beer.
that's the last one?
I'll
Okay.
show it off.
My fear, no beer.
My fear, no bear. All right, I'm going to do another.
Super S Heroes? Super S? What is that?
I have to look this.
Super S. And they spelled heroes wrong. Look how they spelled heroes.
Oh, that's funny.
No E. You guys probably didn't know that, but.
You guys probably didn't know that. All right, I'm gonna try another live edit here.
You know something about chupacabras?
No, I got another thing coming.
Yeah, you got another thing coming.
You got another thing coming. Meh, meh.
In HD.
Another thing coming. Okay, where's it at?
So what is that arrest? You're wearing a Vince McMahon cool T-shirt. You want to show that off real quick? What is that arrest?
Well, I'm not on it. I'm not on it, Jay. Not on it.
Never mind. We talked about this in the meeting.
Okay. I can't show it. I can't
He
show it
was-
right
he
now.
was never arrested?
Now go show it. Go show it.
You sure?
Yeah, I think it was just a fake.
Squat down. There you go.
We see it.
That's pretty awesome.
So he wasn't arrested.
You're fired!
Yeah.
I hope you didn't pay a lot for that T-shirt then.
Pay a
Dude,
lot for that muffler, Steve.
so check it out. This coming record store day, which we always talk about here on the show, but we
Was it
don't.
in April?
Yeah, 4/18 or 4. Rega is going to unveil a new limited edition record store day turntable, and I was trying to show a shot of it. Kind of looks like a U-turn to me. One of those. It's like a glossy finish. UK turntable manufacturer Rega has teamed up with Record Store Day once more to produce
Are they
a
worth
new
it? Are they
limited
worth it,
edition
Jay?
turntable that will be available at participating stores
Reagan.
Saturday, April 21st in April.
How much?
Built around the plinth of the Rega's
$5.99.
5-star planar 2. Let's see. I'm just trying to. It's a nice, slick looking turntable.
It's like $199.
You said that $190.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Planar 1 and planar 2 decks at around 265 pounds. I don't know how to. So
$300.
that's a $300.
Yeah, well, not wrong.
So pretty cool though. We'll see what the D is with that. I can't believe I don't know where this went. It makes me so mad.
Where what went?
I downloaded this image and then I just couldn't find it. So maybe it's not set up to come into this program. We'll work on it. We'll work on it, guys. We'll workshop it.
Hey, can I
We'll
say,
figure all this
Did
out.
workshop it?
We'll workshop it.
Can I say something?
Sure.
So I pulled up the stream on my phone.
Right.
The live shot.
Uh huh.
And you know how it gives us the suggested videos right below it of what If you like this, like it gave me the world's fastest talking man. Talks Michael
Because I'm
Jackson.
talking too fast. I'm not talking too fast.
Are you trying to tell him something?
Like, do you remember that guy from? He was on those.
Micro Machines?
Yeah, Micro Machine commercial.
Maybe my voice is pinging like that guy. How many people's watching, Jay? Does it tell you?
331.
Oh my God.
No, 10.
10.
Yeah, 10.
Hey man.
Yeah.
10 is more than we would get on Ustream, and that's part of the shit right there. Who the hell is using Ustream and just dicking around looking for videos? We'll figure we pick up our regulars, guys that enjoy hanging out with us and know us, and we pick up some.
Click over, man.
We pick up some foot traffic. When you're hoofing around the internet.
We will work on shortening the distance between the two programs, by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'll be a whole big beef. You guys like beef?
I will say that the one caveat with the new program that you must buy into is the fact that there's much more pre-prod involved in your show than there was just throwing it on and going.
And I know I'm in black. I'm gonna go for something here.
The battery died? No.
No.
Wait a minute.
We don't.
There's no battery.
There's no battery.
Can I have my charger back and
yes.
Any batteries that are left over here?
Yes. We're all done. We're all
nice.
21st century.
I was worried I wouldn't get it back.
We're all back in the it's all 21st century at this point. Man.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
are you going to talk about it?
What?
David Bowie.
Damn it. Yeah, though, appreciate it. After last week's show, that's one I'm missing.
David Bowie.
After last week's show, our buddy Super West told us that the low and
yeah, my folks in the record stores have been saying, these records were coming out.
We knew they were coming.
Mid-February, and I think today was the day they unleashed 5 LPs.
5,
which was.
That was only 3.
Low, Heroes, Lodger, also Scary Monsters, and an album called Stage. The problem is, for me, they said there were 5 seminal albums. There were 3 seminal albums and 2 other albums, which Scary Monsters is pretty good. Stage is just from, I don't know. It's live and not a seminal album.
No
but
way.
It was originally those 5 albums were part of a box set they released. Check the cable.
No. How about now?
How about now?
I'm checking something real quick. Oh, here we go. I see what happened.
Whoa, what happened? Someone you're in?
Yeah, some weird business going on.
You had sound the whole time.
No, it's all right. No, I think I see it's doubling up 2 things. That's the same source. See that? See the level?
Yeah.
See those 2 things?
I see it.
Same source.
Well,
Yeah. I'm leaving it alone.
should it be like that?
Fuck it. I'm leaving it alone. I think I muted one of them because I thought one of them was maybe like a camera mic or the webcam mic.
Yeah, okay.
And it may have muted.
That's downstream, you're muting.
Yeah, so it may have muted something else. But anyhow, we're good. It's 2 channels of butt business, and that's all we need.
You don't want to see what it's like for me to pee in HD? I gotta pee real bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, everybody says back. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, we're figuring it out. Live TV. Man, I love it. God almighty, live TV.
We haven't
makes
even
my
gotten-
pecker hard,
We
son.
haven't even gotten to what we played.
I know. I don't have that graphic in here. I tried to find it, and I can't find it. It's fuck awful.
So let's just talk about it.
We'll talk about the stuff we played. I got
We
here
still got to talk about what we played tonight.
kind of early tonight, and as I was trying to make sure I had both programs figured out, because we had to get this webcam configured for Ustream as well. It took me a little extra time, and thank God, after working like 70 hours this week, the Friday, for chance, I was able to just slide in.
Did you work Monday?
Oh, yes, that's holiday.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
So, anyway, for all the cluster fuckery that's been going on this week, tonight, at least, I was able to get in here a little early, work on a couple of the programs, work out some audio things and this and that.
Yeah.
As I mute the audio, everybody's like, blah, blah, blah.
So cool, man.
But kind of got it.
Doing all that stuff.
We had all that time and glad to do it. Come in, and one of the things I worked it out on, it was the point of the story. Put something on to kind of work it out with, and I worked it out with some Alan Parsons. Jay, we'll set you up a little spot so you can tell. A little closer than that. Right there, but a little too towards Steve. Right in that area. Look at there. Okay. See there, folks? We got this shit figured out. I like that Alan Parsons. It was sitting on the ground over here in a pile.
That's the Tales of
the Edgar Allan Poe thing.
I love that album.
That's a good
album.
album.
That album.
Yeah, it's very good.
Telltale Heart's really good.
It's one of those things I don't think about playing a lot of times, and then I put it on. And I'm like, dude, why the hell am I not playing
Raven's
this?
really, really good.
That's a good deal. Metal Theologian says, is Alan Parsons a Mason? I'm not real sure, but I'd like to know. I'd really like to know that.
Would it change your opinion?
Only in a positive way.
He looks like a Mason.
By all means, Alphonse Mouzon, featuring Herbie Hancock, Freddie Hubbard, Lee Ritenour, and Sea-Wind Horns.
Alphonse Mason?
Mouzon.
Okay. In another country, that might be Mason.
It's true. This is a kick-ass record. It's a little disco, loungy, fusiony on the later side of the 70s sound. I can't remember when that came out. But it's got...
was that on the turntable?
Yeah. I use that to kind of set some levels and shit, and I just kind of grab some shit. Actually, what happened was that first record ran out. Me and Jay were talking, running our damn mouths over here to the side, and I'm like, it was literally like, and I went, shit. And I knew that was a rock record, and I went right for the jazz record, and I just went kind of like, blind stab, right into the gentleman, yanked one out, and threw it on. And that was a great record, because, speaking of great records, my number 2 record of last year all time, I don't think we've played the second LP on the show. Maybe we have, maybe we hadn't. Whatever, it's my house. Mastodon, Emperor of the Sand, the one that came out last year, played side 3. Kick-ass record. If you like anything heavy remotely at all, if you even like music as heavy as the Foo Fighters, let's say, you owe it to yourself to go check this record out. It does not disappoint on any front. And
Don't be front.
Man, I tell you what, don't get caught slipping on that record. At least go stream it, and you may find yourself taking a trip to the store after you stream it for a couple of times. It's one of those. It grows on you to where you're just like, I know I listened to this yesterday, but I think I'm going to stream this going to work today. Again, it's one of those records.
I liked it because, it's not as heavy as just the name Mastodon would lead you to believe.
No.
When you hear Mastodon, you think, oh, God, it's going to be something just
The
totally
instrumentation
like,
and everything about it is good, and quality guys. Pulled this out of a stack of jazz records that Cameraman still has over here. This is the Exciting Hamp in Europe.
Yeah.
This is on his own label, Glad Hamp Records. I can't remember what year this was, but it's kick-ass.
It's like 54?
It's late. I was going to say 50s for sure. It's kick-ass, man.
Yeah, that's a good
That's an old school.
And that picture on the back, yeah, that's the art on the front. Him standing on top of that tom.
Yeah, that's an old school Grown Man Record Night classic. I always say back when my stack was like this.
I love vibes players.
Oh yeah. That was one of the first. Cameraman's record collection was probably like that when he brought that home from a Goodwill, and I was like, oh no way, I love him, and turned out that's a fairly desirable record. Wanted to come out of that into
what
some
I love about
beef.
Lionel Hampton, I'll say this on the way out, is I love hearing him. you can hear him kind of grunting the notes.
Especially when he's running up or running down.
But if you listen to the recordings of Bonham in the stairwell playing drums on In Through the Outdoor, you can hear him grunting his. You know, it's the same kind of. They're rhythm players that really just sell their whole body into the rhythm.
Kick ass, man.
Yeah. Moving on, something more serious.
Something more serious. Hey, let's break it down.
lighter side.
I mean, with everything going on in today's world, sometimes I just want to sit down on a Friday night and listen to a certain kind of record. And that type of record is the soundtrack to Rocky IV. You know why? Because. And I love the side. It's got Burning Heart and Hearts on Fire on it. Yeah, I know. You guys have played this fairly recently. Yep. And in probably a few more weeks, guess what? I'll probably play it again. Because I love it. And it's get a couple drinks in me, and Rocky IV's coming out. And if you want to get in the squared circle about
I'm just glad you played early.
I know. That's good, man. Normally that's a one. I got to be a certain level of effed up to get into that. But tonight I was just like, you know what? I really, bro. I really want to hear that. Brother. Oh, AC.
Brother. Oh,
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Oh, brother.
Brother.
Dude, AC Slater?
Yes. Exactly.
Speaking of Dig of the Weeks from last week in Ornette Coleman,
AC-12.
tomorrow is the question. What is this on this record?
Bubble gum. You put it on there.
There's bubble gum on this record?
I don't know.
That's weird. I didn't see that last week. The second Ornette Coleman record, Fred tells me, from Earshot Records, one of the more conventional and palatable Ornette Coleman records. Hold it right there for a good minute, Jay. We love him, so let's take a good picture of him.
Definitely hard bop.
It's hard bop for sure, but it's still classified as free jazz.
Right.
But it's not near as free jazz as
bonkers.
Yeah. It's out there, but not.
Does your man play on this album?
I don't think
Guitar-
James
there's no
Blood
gu-
Omer. I don't
there's
think
no
he
guitar on
That's
that album.
early.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's more classic jazz. You
yeah,
don't have guitar.
It's
on
back when he starts adding in shit and that era of stuff.
Yeah.
Dig of the Week from a couple weeks ago, I think it was like 75 cents from a thrift store or from a Goodwill. The Mighty Invaders, reggae group out of Baltimore, I believe, and kind of big trendsetters in terms of early 80s, like American-style reggae, for whatever that's worth. It was pretty cool, man. It's not the best reggae I've ever heard, I'll be honest. Female singing.
Those girls weren't all that good.
The girls kind of bothered
The girls
me.
weren't all that good. They're probably sisters or girlfriends and probably just couldn't sing that well.
Yeah, I don't mean to be.
Sorry, guys.
I don't mean to be that guy, but the girls kind of ruined it for
kind of
me.
invading your band, tell you what's wrong with it.
Oh yeah.
But I love the beat. I love the rhythm. It's fun to listen to.
It's still reggae, so it's still a good time. Especially
Hopefully you have a buzz on while you listen to them sing. 'Cause,
Wet.
those girls aren't good.
Wet.
Steve's taking off the gloves.
Wet. And an homage to Bossman, who couldn't be here this evening, and getting ready to head out of town for a while. But of course, the Jimmy Castor Bunch featuring the Everything Man and the old Bertha Butt Boogie.
We listened to two songs on the E-Man Boogie and Bertha Butt Boogie because that's what we do around here.
Yeah.
And you see some titties on the cover.
There's some titties on the cover. I mean, fair enough.
You can capture that screen and look at it all day if you like.
Screen cap, bro. Take it into Microsoft Paint. Make a JPEG, bro. Who needs help making JPEGs, bro? Oh, I am the JPEG master. You want to make them extra big, and so I can come in and make some moves on them, son? What? Extra big JPEGs all day. Steve put a record on the turntable. Why don't you tell me about that, Steve?
Well, I threw on Rush's first album because I wanted to hear it. And it's on Mercury Records. Came out '74.
Okay.
And sounds pretty good.
It's a good record. I almost feel bad for liking this record as much knowing Neil Peart's not on it.
What?
Is that weird?
Yeah. Neil Peart doesn't play on it.
Is it weird?
Not at all. It's closer to like this. When people heard it, they thought, oh, it's Led Zeppelin's next album.
Yeah,
it's good like hard rock.
It's more rock than prog.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't go into any fantasy books. You know, I mean, that was his greatest influence besides being.
But I do really
drummer.
like that record. I like it better than some that Neil plays on. I'm sure. Would you say that?
I'd say it's in my top 5.
Okay.
Top,
Yeah. Fair enough.
maybe top 4. It might be number 4.
Now, speaking Dig of the Week, speaking of guitar on Ornette Coleman, somebody that played with Ornette knows who we're talking about. James Blood Ulmer.
Oh God.
This was a blind stab when I was at the record store, or not completely blind because I picked it up and I put it back. Then I went and picked up some other stuff, and then I put some stuff back, and then I was just like, I don't know, man. That one's kind of calling my name, and I went
Did
and
you
looked.
listen to it on?
Then
your
I
phone?
looked it up and I pulled it up on my phone. The second time I picked it up and listened to it on my phone, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy. And then I looked him up like Wikipedia, and it's like played with Ornette, and I mean Jesus, Harold.
What is going on?
I don't know what
What's
that is.
going on here?
What is that?
The guy's trying to suck his own dick.
Yeah, what is that? I don't even know what record that. I put that down because
What is that?
we spilled some beer, and so I put this down.
I was like, did we play this?
No, it's a sleeve I put down because
What
we
is
spilled
it?
some.
Who
Hold it
did
up.
This?
77.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God.
Who is it?
Acoustic guitar. James Taylor.
James Taylor.
But it looks like he's trying to suck his own dick or
Well, look at it.
something. Show this picture.
I mean, he's working his way.
I know.
He's working his
You
way.
guys have all tried this at home, I know. So, James Taylor couldn't do it either. So there you go.
He can do anything. He can do anything.
He's a steamroller, baby.
Yes. And that was all of what we played. Graphic.
This is where the graphic.
The graphic
here.
would go like right here. You say I see. No, I can't reach all the way to that square.
Cut this out, right?
We cut it out and I'm gonna put a graphic in. And it's gonna go right
It
here.
says, what's it gonna say?
What we played.
Oh, and then you show another graphic.
Now I got that one.
Oh, you got that one. Let's show that.
Look at here now. Woo!
What format is that?
I just blew it up.
Can you stretch it out a little bit? Fill the screen?
But it's not gonna.
That's okay. Look at that.
It's close.
That's good. I can work with that. I like that. That's perfect.
Yeah, right there. Now I don't know if anybody hears me though. Does anybody hear me?
P.
Are they gonna say sound dropped out again?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's digging away.
Maybe when you do that. Look at your audio change. You only have one now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
We're probably muted.
So we'll see.
We were probably muted.
No, anyway.
Are we back?
Anyway.
Anyway.
So I'll do this because this is something I want to do. And if you
muted?
guys are
You
into
only have
it,
one channel audio, by the way.
no, we got two.
You sure?
Tell me my business
Okay.
now.
All right.
My internet business. No, check this out. For stuff like Dig of the Week, for instance, so to speak, Chip Chat, any of you cats that watch the show are into it, like hanging out with us, blah, 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 or just want a challenge or something fun to do. If you guys are interested in doing graphic design, stuff like that, come up with your own little Dig of the Week, Chip Chat, or so to speak graphic
This is
on your own. If you could, please, make it 1920 by 1080, and then I can scale it down to
Put it
720.
in a self-addressed stamped envelope.
No.
Bolt.
If you get something cool that kind of points to Dig of the Week or Chip Chat or so to speak, I'll use them from time to time. Or we'll pick one like, oh shit, that's the fucking one right there, winner. And we'll use that for our new graphics. But they got to be 1920 by 1080. We're looking for, because the other ones, a lot of the ones I made are 720. Sean made a bunch of stuff in 720 for us in the early days. 720's hanging tough, bro.
3 hours later.
So anyway, if you guys want to do those and send them in, we'll listen to what you got to say about it.
What you got to say?
All right. They said they heard all that jazz, by the way.
Okay.
All right, so it's ain't no skin off my blisters. That's the saying, right? Is that gross?
That's fine.
You ever eaten your own dandruff? Let's get on to Dig of the Week. I put the graphic up. We don't have to do it again. Now, I only picked up 2 things this week, so I'll go ahead and get my GD shit out of the way.
I'm still into my pile. I've got another week to go.
Right. So this was something I did. I will do. Hey, I'll tell you what. With this new program, what we'll be able to do sometimes coming up in the future, we can do some Let's Plays with video games.
What?
So we can load video games in here and have this shot.
Text coming in. What is all this?
Look at this. So we can have this shot,
Yeah.
and then I click another shot,
Okay.
and it's us playing a game.
Okay.
And then we can come back to us bitching about it, and then go
Yeah.
back. So we maybe that. So I picked up some killer
After
video
the
games.
show kind of stuff.
We could, yeah, or on a Saturday or a late
'Cause
night
we
or
used to
whatever.
play some games after the show.
So anyway, this week I was down in a town, Salisbury, North Carolina, and I did that. I picked up some great video games at a great
Said
store.
you found a really cool place.
Great store. But I also went in that same little stretch of like bam, bam, bam. I hit a Goodwill, Bupkis, complete. It was like, you guys got any? They didn't have good CDs, any games, and 0 records. Like, you guys fucking sick. And so I went on down the road, and I just happened to see off to the side there was a Salvation Army family store. And I was like, whoa, man. I got to stop at that. Pulled in a bunch of records, not a lot of good ones, but 2 things I did find in there. Stuff that I've heard and I like and dig. Actually, one of them I've not heard. But it's not stuff I would pay money for. When I heard the price on these, oh, they were 49 cents a piece. I said, yeah, good shape. Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Some would you consider this a prog masterpiece, Steve? That gatefold.
Yeah, it's
masterpiece.
definitely.
Jesus Christ, look at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Vertical. That vertical gatefold.
Show that.
is-
Turn it up. Yeah, and
One-
open
give
it
a
up. Put your hands so the record doesn't fall out, but open it up top to bottom.
vertically.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, and this has got some cool stuff. Some of the tracks are weird. Some of them are.
It's like something you record in a cave.
and go type on that bottom guy.
The caverns in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Cavern City or whatever that place is called. Cave City.
Okay, yeah. Now, here's the thing. I've heard this one, and I dig it. And
It's good.
It's not something I'd pay $34 for. 49 cents.
$34.
I'm ecstatic. This is one I've never really even heard
I think
of.
I have both of these.
Rick Wakeman, The 6 Wives of Henry VII, which I think is actually before that one. Killer gatefold on this, too.
I like that shot.
Yeah. So it's on A&M Records.
That's a crazy son of a bitch right there, Rick Wakeman. He's
Man.
funny as hell. I think there's a documentary about Yes Al.
I know Bruford plays on. Does he play on both of them? Look at that gatefold.
Maybe.
I know Bruford plays on at least one of these. So cool. I know an ARP is used on this. They list all the synths on
Let me
there.
see that.
Killer, man.
He's like, I don't care what. You can see what I played. You can't play it.
Yeah, I know an ARP is one of them, and so cool, man. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, Bill Bruford, Alan White also plays on this.
Good stuff. Good.
So there's 2. Steve Howe plays guitar on this.
Wow.
Chris Squire plays bass. This is basically a Yes
Former
album.
Major League
Yeah.
pitcher Steve Howe.
So you showed it.
Banned for life for using drugs. Steve Howe, you remember him?
That's all I got now.
Yeah,
I do remember Steve Howell.
Oh, that's all you got? Okay, I got a few records here.
Okay.
So I'll run through them quickly.
Somebody said Zekeslav, so we got competition.
Oh, God.
No, I love it, though. I love it.
All right, you love the competition.
No, I know. I'm not. No. No.
Viewership is down.
No.
We're an American band. This is Grand Funk.
Oh.
7th
Let's
album.
go. I don't have that one.
They're all naked on the gatefold.
This
has 2 hits on it.
mine looks
American
different
band,
than
of course. Well, yours might not be an original OG.
That's
gatefold
cool, man.
Press. I don't know.
that. I've recently talked about how much
73. Also has Walk Like
an
a
Egyptian.
Man. Walk Like a Man.
Really?
Walk like a man. That song.
That's my recent.
Drummer sings both of them.
That's my recent. Just I love some Grand Funk, man. For
We
real.
got the Electric
Beer,
Flag.
Jay?
This is their 2nd LP, and it was the first LP without Mike Bloomfield. He left the band after the first album. But
I've got the first
I think
one.
this is from 1968 on Columbia. Subtitle is
Thanks, bro.
an American music band. So we're an American band, an American music band. Electric Flag, of course. Buddy Miles is on the front there. You can see him.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good album.
I love the Flag, man, and that.
Yep.
I think I've got the first one, and I think I bought it sealed actually for like $8.
What?
Yeah, but it was good. I was
This is
proud to
another
pop
one of
it
those
open.
country records I got from that Goodwill that had a lot of country records. I
Oh,
told you
nice.
about.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is George Jones.
Oh, I'd like to
sings
hear
his
that.
Greatest hits. And he's got a nice crew cut like my dad used to have back in the day.
I'd like to. Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's a really good record.
I like old Dog.
It's in high fidelity too.
Woo! You got
Jones.
well, loves him how old.
Whenever we go to visit my grandparents, people would always say, "Here comes George Jones and the Jones Boys."
You're not showing your mask enough, Jack.
It's on Star Day Records.
You got to dip your mask in there. Come on across with it.
22.
Come on with it.
I do forget what year it came out in, but it's back in the 50s probably. The Pretenders 2.
Oh,
It's their second album.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's on Sire Records. This is a UK pressing, and this record reminds me of being in college because my girlfriend had this record. And it's got some cool songs like "The Adulteress" on it, and I remember that just had a great little kind of 80s punk sound.
You know, it's funny. I just had this conversation with our main anchor guy. We were standing in a Wendy's, and there was some great 80s songs kind of popping off because they were taking forever.
Yeah.
And he was like, do you think there'll ever be another decade or genre of music to where you're just like 80s? And it's just so, that means
Probably
that.
Well, there'll probably be something that happens because in the 80s it was a drum sound that was recorded and it had that gate on it. And it got repeated and repeated in like Peter Gabriel and in like other bands and other bands. So it had that sound, and then there were just a lot of one-hit wonders.
I said the 50s was like that. Where
The
it was
50s
like,
were like that.
That's the 50s.
Right. When you hear the 50s, you know the 50s.
But I said one of the things that kind of stopped me was, the 80s, for and all of us standing there talking about this, we were kind of probably kids in the 80s. Now for me, I didn't know anything other than what 80 in that time, what was on the radio. So I didn't know until I talked to people that were older at that time, like, oh no, but you should listen to like The Clash, and you should listen to, and like
right.
all these other bands that were not necessarily on the radio, makes the 80s a little different genre than probably what we were actually discussing, really. Because now I realize there are all these micro genres of 80s bands, and some of them are like Joy Division and the Smiths, and I didn't listen to that stuff because it wasn't like all over the radio.
Did you ever see Absolute 80s, the cover band that played locally? Mm-hmm. That's who I'm singing with.
Oh, I knew one of those guys.
From tonight, weeks from tonight, March 9th, we're playing at the new Ziggy's. And it's a tribute to Queen. It's Vagabond Saint Society. It's a core band that has singers come up and sing. And I didn't get a solo gig, but I'm singing in the 15-piece choir.
Chorale.
Well,
there's no symphony, so it's not a chorale.
It could be a chorale, I guess you could say that.
All right.
Chorale, choir. Usually, I always saw the difference between choir and chorales. Well, it's not. There's secular music and non-secular in both of them.
Messiah.
Anyway, the next record I wanted to show you that
Handle.
I got a new record.
A new record.
My Morning Jacket's Circuitol.
Somebody called that. They saw it and they knew what it was.
I love the cover. Was it Nate Bouchard?
No, Shane Rocky.
Okay.
Teddy loves that
record.
Teddy loves it.
I love it. I love My Morning Jacket. They're from Louisville, Kentucky, which is kind of where my whole family is from, that area. And they recorded this whole album in a church gymnasium
that's cool.
in Louisville.
Real deep acoustic echo kind of
mom
thing.
lives in Louisville.
That's true. I'll tell you, what I really think about these guys when I think of them is the American Dad episode.
Oh, yeah.
Jim.
Jim. That's a great episode.
I'm like, I've heard of them, but what? And I heard the music on there.
Like a cleaner version of the Flaming Lips.
Yeah, I could see that. Really weird.
Weird, but not just insanely weird.
But for me, probably not weird enough.
Last but not least,
I'm
sure you detected what this is. I spent a little coin on this because I couldn't find it cheaper, but I really love the mix on this. This is George Martin and George Harrison's son. Beatles Love. It's a double album. They kind of mash up some stuff, and they do a really good job with some of it. Some of it's okay. Some of it's just amazing, though.
That's pretty cool, man. When did this come out?
This came out, I don't know, 2008? 2006. I didn't know it was that old. It says 2006.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was really happy to to grab this. I have it on my iPod, but I was like, if I can get it, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
It's a nice little booklet inside, too.
That's some cool pictures.
If you like the Beatles, then you might like
If you like the Beatles.
You might like this. It's not original, but it's George Martin.
Hey.
It's originally George Martin.
Hey.
So what are you going to do?
Hey. What you got?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That was Dig of the Week. Hold on, I go to the graphic. Whew. There's a graphic.
I'm spent.
Okay. Yeah, I only picked up a couple little things this week, man. I've got to get back on the train coming up. But
you got some games and shit.
I did get some games, and
you got a genie.
I should do spots for that. We do shows for that using the new software.
There's another show for that.
Okay. Do I have a graphic? Look at there. I got a graphic.
You got something? You got an intermission? Something to show?
It's all wonky now. Wait a minute. Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna try to roll some commercials so us old fuckers can take a piss, and we're gonna come back with a so to speak and chip chat of sorts, and we appreciate the shit out of you for hanging out with us, and we'll be back here in just a minute. If this loops or it's in the middle of them, it's weird or something, just hang with us. We'll figure it out.
Just hang 10, dude.
Hang 10. Be hanging 10 downtown. No, I don't want that mic on there.
Wouldn't you know it? Everything went wrong. I was even out of my antiperspirant. But am I worried? Because I use Mitchum Roll-On. Mitchum is so effective, I could even skip a day. I mean, you may never have to. But it's nice to know Mitchum's so effective.
Mitchum, used as directed, Mitchum is so effective, you can even skip a day.
Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Home is full of lots of things that children shouldn't touch. Home is full of bad things that can hurt you very much. Now there's a man whose face is green that you ought to get to know. He'll warn you when danger's coming fast or slow. Get to know his face in every single place. When you see it, you'll know quick. Things marked yuck make you sick, 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 sick. Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Stomper Fun by Fours with raw power to tackle just about anything you throw their way. And come four-wheel driving back for more and more. Battery not included. Change tires and tackle the tough outdoors. Headlights blazing the way. Wheels turning and churning, pulling you up to the action. Stomper Fun by Fours, first in four-wheel fun. Each sold separately from Shopper.
Damn it.
Damn it! How much of that shit did we not do?
Probably none of it. How far back?
Hold on.
Jay's checking to see how far back.
I have no idea how far back.
Let's see. No sound. How far back was that going? So let's do a quick version. Here's the recap.
You didn't have them during chip chat.
How about so to speak? Go back to so to speak. Probably not, since we came back from break. Okay, here we
So
go.
to speak.
Here's the breakdown. Rockstar Pure Zero, 0 calorie lemonade, getting ready to be taken off the shelf. Tremendous 0 calorie, 0 carb, 240 milligram burst of caffeine in your mouth.
Kerbis sells this shit.
Kerbis sells this shit. It's good stuff.
But it's going away, and I love it. I wish it weren't going away. There's also a watermelon version that's really good.
Both make tremendous mixers. Incredible. My favorite chip, one of my favorite store brand chips, the HT Traders brand from Harris Teeter.
It's a kettle chip.
It's a kettle chip, cheddar and horseradish, very hot. Lay it on your ass. I made the mistake of buying 4 bags of these because I don't get over to Harris Teeter quite often enough. So I bought 4 bags of them, and the problem is, I'm ready to be done with them now.
They're good though. Good
because
dip
that
chip.
horseradish, they'll put them on your ass.
Good dip chip.
The good dip chip, and they will really, really put them on your ass
Will
if
it
you're
put
not
'em on
careful.
your ass?
Yeah. 4 bags worth. I'm ready for a regular plain Jane Ripple chip to go with my goddamn sandwich. I'm telling you.
And have I got just a chip for you next week?
Next week, deep tease. Deep tease. I'm sorry, everybody, we couldn't hear you.
Because there's, I don't know if you guys know this, because the audio might be off. I had sodas, I had chips, I was bringing it, and I forgot it. I set it on top of record shelves, and I left them there.
Go for it.
So we kind of winged it with shit that wasn't planned.
Yeah,
We
this
don't
was
normally do an energy drink on, so to speak. but
no.
It's a damn good energy drink. I like it.
It's a damn good energy drink, but the sodas and chips. This is
Because I bought 3 of them, I got 500 points at Speedway.
All right.
And
we don't endorse Speedway.
3 for $5.50.
And now Jay can buy his son a new pair of socks.
Yeah.
You got it, dude.
Somebody says, "Hey, kitty." Yeah. Hey, that's a test run for the Grown Man Record Night. I may go back when I upload this. I may upload this from the hard drive and edit out all that bullshit where we weren't talking.
Yeah?
Yeah, do it.
Because that'll.
Which shit? Oh, the shit we're
Yeah,
had no idea.
like 15 minutes of us going.
Hey, Jay, you remember that show we did when Mike was at the beach or something, and we did a show?
Oh yeah.
We did, oh man, was it Jay? Was it?
It wasn't me.
A cameraman.
Cameraman, and we did the whole second half of the show with no audio.
I'm like, text.
I had turned the mic off. And,
I'm at the beach going, turn on your mic. Texting. Girlfriend's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'll be in there in a second. Turn on your mic. Turn on the mic. Turn on the mic. I can't hear. And nobody was. They were going, yup, 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 yup. Yep.
one day we'll go back in the archives and just revoice the whole thing.
Huh?
It would have been easier if you would just texted.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch. But yeah,
I thought it was a successful show tonight.
good show, good first run.
It'll get better.
We'll get it all ironed out and shit. And we'll get the graphics in. We got some cool new transitions. We got some new stuff coming. And we'll get it all squared away. But we're on YouTube, and we hope, for me, that's a success tonight, especially after last week, and we kind of figured it out. But then this week has been such an absolute clusterfuck for me in terms of work schedule and just shit going on. But the fact we're on the air at all, and the fact that I don't have to work tomorrow, to be honest with you, is amazing. So we'll take that
tomorrow's
for what
going to
it
be a
is.
busy day for some folks.
For some folks, in my business where I work, it's going to be busy.
Billy
but
Graham makes his trek from the Asheville area to Charlotte area.
I'll be playing Nintendo, drinking some cold beers, listening to some hot records. Man, I hope you get to do the same on this weekend. We appreciate the shit out of you, and we hope we catch you next week. We hope we didn't run you off doing this show here, and we hope
Can you zoom in on that?
No. Probably. No, I can't anymore. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. All right. Thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. We'll see you hopefully next week. And we appreciate you. And also, fuck. Hey, go over back to the Ustream channel. We're going to be playing some of these records we just showed. So we're not done. Go back to Ustream. We're going to be playing that.